Gold always goes up. Gold is only for rich people. If inflation goes up, gold has to go up. You should put all your money into gold. Have you ever heard any of those statements? And maybe you've even believed one of them. Well, today, here in day number 15, we're busting some gold myths. So, welcome to day 15 of 30 days of gold and silver. And today is special because we're halfway through this series. And we've spent 14 days learning about precious metals. So today, I'm going to challenge some of the biggest misconceptions about gold, including some claims made by people like me who love gold. So, because financial education isn't about believing what we want to believe, it's really about understanding the facts. So let's get into it. So yesterday we discussed dollar cost averaging into gold, and I gave you an important reminder. Consistency is a strategy, not a guarantee. And that idea perfectly sets up today's lesson because whenever people become passionate about an investment, sometimes the facts get replaced by slogans. So today we're separating fact from fiction. So, myth number one, gold always goes up. And that's a great place to start. And it's perhaps the biggest myth. So, no, gold always goes up. That's definitely a myth. Gold absolutely can decline in price. And gold has experienced periods of strong performance throughout history, but it also has experienced price declines, long periods of weak returns, volatility, and periods when other asset classes perform better. So, if someone tells you, um, buy gold because it can't go down, that's simply not an accurate way to describe the asset. Gold has risk, just like stocks, real estate, cryptocurrency, and other investments have risk. So never confuse a long-term history with a guaranteed future. Myth number two, gold is only for rich people. Now that's definitely to the opposite side of things. Historically, the price of a full ounce can make gold feel inaccessible. People picture, giant bars, private vaults, millionaires, central banks. But as we discussed on day 13, there are fractional physical products and certain professionally vaulted ownership models that can lower the amount required to begin. So that doesn't mean everyone should buy gold, but the assumption that precious metals ownership automatically requires enormous wealth isn't necessarily true. Accessibility has changed in that area. Myth number three, inflation goes up, so gold must go up. Now, this was important because you've probably heard gold described as an inflation hedge. And historically, people have used gold as a potential long term store of value. But that does not mean if inflation goes up today, gold automatically goes up tomorrow. Markets aren't that simple. Gold prices can be influenced by many factors, including interest rates, currency movements, investor sentiment, central bank activity, economic expectations, geopolitical conditions, supply and demand. So gold may have different have maybe have behaved differently across different inflationary periods. Potential long-term inflation protection does not equal a guaranteed short-term relationship. Myth number four, gold generates passive income. Woo, definitely another misconception. Physical gold itself doesn't pay you income. A gold bar doesn't send you a dividend. It doesn't pay rent. It doesn't generate business profits. Compare that with dividend paying stocks, rental real estate, a profitable business. Those assets may potentially generate cash flow. Physical gold doesn't. Its potential return comes primarily from changes in its market value. So, if your primary objective is cash flow, you need to understand that physical gold serves a different potential role. Myth number 5: owning gold keeps bars in your house. Now, this one makes me smile. Some people hear physical gold and they immediately imagine a giant safe behind a painting. No, physical ownership doesn't necessarily mean personally storing all of your metal at home. So, depending on the arrangement, physical precious metals may be stored through professional vaulting services. Um, Side note, I personally will not ever store gold and silver at home under no circumstances. My gold is stored in a vault way, way, way across the country. So that's just my side note. But again, back to the lesson here. Remember that what we learned on day 11. Ask who owns the metal, where it's stored, is it allocated, is it insured, is it independently verified or audited? Can I sell it? Can I request delivery? Don't assume, verify. Let's move on. Myth number 6: if gold is good, more gold must be better. Now, this may be the most dangerous myth on today's list of myths. Someone learns about inflation, they learn about currency risk, they learn about gold, and suddenly they think I should put everything into gold. No. Remember day 10? There is no magic allocation. Concentrating virtually everything into one asset creates concentration risk. And that applies even if the asset is something that you strongly believe in. Gold can fail or fall. Sorry about that. Silver can fall. Stocks can fall. Real estate can fall. Crypto can fall. Businesses can fall. That's why diversification matters. Loving an asset doesn't make it risk free. Myth number 7: gold will save you from every financial problem. Now, this is one I really, really, really want people to hear. Gold isn't a financial rescue plan. Buying gold doesn't replace an emergency fund or managing debt or living within your means or increasing your income or insurance or retirement planning or estate planning or diversification or financial education. You could own gold and still have terrible, terrible financial habits. You could own silver and still spend more than you earn. You could have precious metals and still have no emergency savings. One asset cannot fix an unhealthy financial foundation. So, the more that I've studied wealth, the less interested I've become in finding some magical investment that's supposed to solve everything. I'm much more interested in building a complete financial ecosystem. For me, the bigger conversation is earn, keep, grow, preserve, transfer, earn income, keep more of what you own, grow assets. Think about preserving wealth and eventually transfer something meaningful to the next generation. Gold and silver may potentially fit somewhere inside that strategy, but they're not the entire strategy. So here's today's wealth principle today for you. Never fall in love with an asset. Learn about it, understand it, respect its potential, understand its risk, but don't become emotionally attached to an investment. The moment that you decide that an asset can never be wrong, you may stop objectively evaluating it. And informed investors should always remain always be willing to ask this question: what if I'm wrong? Here's a bonus myth for you, a bonus one for you. Everybody needs gold. Everybody needs gold. You know what? I wouldn't make that claim because every person's financial situation is different. Some may need to prioritize um, emergency savings or high interest debt, insurance, basic retirement contributions, housing, education, or other financial needs. Whether precious metals belong in someone's strategy depends on their circumstances, right? So, education first, individual decisions second. So, let's recap our myths. Gold always goes up. Definitely a myth. Gold is only for rich people. Definitely a myth. Inflation automatically makes gold rise. Definitely a myth. Physical gold produces passive income. Myth. If some gold is good, putting everything into gold must be better. Myth. Gold can solve every financial problem. Myth. Everybody automatically needs gold. Myth. The truth: gold is an asset. It's not magic. Understand what it can potentially do. Understand what it can potentially, what it cannot do. Then decide whether it belongs in your financial strategy. So now I want to hear from you. Which myth surprised you the most? And put that number in the comments. 1, gold always goes up. Myth number 2, gold is only for wealthy people. Myth number 3, gold automatically rises with inflation. Myth number 4, gold produces passive income. Myth number 5, physical gold must be stored at home. Myth number 6, more gold is always better. Myth number 7, gold solves every financial problem. Or comment 8, I believe more than one. Now, if you'd like to learn more about physical gold and silver and explore the platform that I personally use, you can visit the link in the description. But remember what I've been telling you throughout this whole entire series so far. Don't buy because of hype, right? Don't buy because of fear. Don't buy because somebody made an exciting prediction. Learn first. Understand the ownership model. Understand the costs. Understand storage. Understand liquidity. Understand delivery. Understand the risk. And decide what makes sense for you. And decide that it works for you. Now, if you're enjoying 30 Days of Gold and Silver, hit that like, subscribe, and share this episode because tomorrow we're entering the second half of our series with a big question in day number 16. What happens to gold during a financial crisis? Does gold always rise when markets crash? What has actually happened historically? And why can investor behavior change during periods of uncertainty? And we're breaking it down tomorrow. So I'll definitely look forward to seeing you in day number 16. But before I go, let me give you my closing thought. Financial education isn't learning what to believe. It's learning how to evaluate what you hear. Guys, this is Billy B. Josie III, President and CEO of Stoneleaf Ventures, LLC, where we help everyday people create generational wealth and legacy through gold and silver and digital marketing. And guys, I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful night wherever you are. God bless.